powerful display of unity and regional solidarity. The President of Faso and Head of State, Captain IBRAHIM Traoré, welcomed his Nigerian counterpart, General Abdourahamane Tiani, at Ouagadougou International Airport on Tuesday evening. The high-profile reception marks another milestone in the evolving partnership between Burkina Faso and Niger, two nations that have recently positioned themselves at the center of a new geopolitical alignment in West Africa. The warm embrace between Traoré and Tiani on the tarmac was more than ceremonial. It represented the growing resolve among Sahelian nations to assert political independence, strengthen military cooperation, and redefine their place in global affairs. A symbolic arrival. General Tiani's arrival was met with the kind of military precision and patriotic fervor that has become symbolic of Burkina Faso's leadership under Captain Traoré. The national anthems of both countries echoed across the airport as delegations from each government stood at attention. Burkina Faso military officials, members of the Transitional Council, and a large contingent of media personnel were present to document the historic visit. In brief remarks to the press upon arrival, General Tiani expressed gratitude for the warm welcome and reaffirmed Niger's unwavering friendship and brotherhood with Burkina Faso. He described the visit as part of an ongoing effort to consolidate cooperation between two nations united by destiny, history, and a shared commitment to sovereignty. Captain Traoré echoed these sentiments, stating that Burkina Faso and Niger are walking together toward the restoration of dignity, peace, and true independence for the African people. Strengthening the Alliance of Sahel States. The visit is part of a broader framework of cooperation within the Alliance of Sahel States, a strategic pact between Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, established to enhance military collaboration, intelligence sharing, and economic coordination across the region. Since their respective military-led governments came to power, the three nations have increasingly turned away from traditional Western partnerships, focusing instead on self-reliance and new global alliances. The AES has positioned itself as a bloc advocating for African solutions to African problems, emphasizing sovereignty and non-interference from foreign powers. Political analysts say Tiani's visit to Ouagadougou reinforces the AES's long-term agenda to create a unified defense mechanism and a shared political vision for this. Dr. Marianne Ouedraogo, a political science lecturer at the University of Ouagadougou, told Noble Black News that the visit is both symbolic and strategic. It sends a clear message that the Sahel Alliance is not just a temporary arrangement, it is an enduring partnership aimed at securing the region from terrorism, building economic resilience, and reshaping Africa's diplomatic narrative. Ouedraogo said, security at the heart of the talks. At the core of the bilateral meeting between the two leaders was the issue of regional security. Both Burkina Faso and Niger continue to face militant insurgencies linked to extremist groups operating across the Sahel. Despite significant challenges, the two nations have made noticeable progress in reclaiming territories and restoring civilian governance in previously unstable areas. During their closed-door talks, Traoré and Tiani discussed joint military operations along their shared border, which has been a hotspot for cross-border attacks in recent years. Sources close to the Burkinabe presidency confirmed that the discussions also covered intelligence sharing, counterterrorism strategies, and border surveillance coordination. A senior official within the Burkinabe Defense Ministry, speaking on condition of anonymity, told Global Black News that the alliance between Ouagadougou and Niamey is more than political, it's operational. Our forces are increasingly integrated in their missions, and we share a vision of total liberation from armed groups. Economic and infrastructure cooperation beyond security. The visit also focused on economic integration and infrastructure development. Both leaders are known advocates of reducing economic dependency on Western institutions and fostering regional trade mechanisms. One of the major proposals on the table was the creation of a joint energy and transportation corridor between Burkina Faso and Niger, designed to facilitate trade, mineral exports, and cross-border investment. Niger's rich uranium and oil reserves, combined with Burkina Faso's strategic geographic location, present opportunities for shared growth if adequate infrastructure and policy coordination are achieved. Economist Idrissa Kabor of the Sahel Economic Forum noted that a new economic corridor between Niger and Burkina Faso could become the backbone of the economic strategy, boosting intra-African trade and reducing reliance on it. He added that this could also set a precedent for other African regions to develop self-sustained trade partnerships built on mutual benefit rather than dependency. Diplomatic reorientation and global reactions. The growing cooperation between Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger has not gone unnoticed by international observers. Western governments, particularly the United States and France, have expressed concern over the Sahelian shift toward new global alliances, including deepening ties with Russia and China. In recent months, all three AES nations have expelled French troops and closed military bases that had operated in the region for over a decade. This move has been seen by many as a rejection of neocolonial influence and a reassertion of African sovereignty. Captain Traoré has repeatedly stated that Burkina Faso's foreign policy will serve the people of Africa first, while General Tiani has emphasized Niger's right to choose its own partners based on mutual respect and shared interests. Political analyst Abdourahamane Maga told Noble Blog News that the visit reflects a new political awakening in the Sahel, a determination to define our future on our own terms. The world is witnessing a paradigm shift. African nations are refusing to be pawns in global power games. The AES represents a new generation of leadership, bold, assertive, and unapologetically African, Maga said. Public reception and national pride. In Ouagadougou, the streets surrounding the airport were lined with supporters waving Burkinabe and Nigerian flags. Chants of unity filled the air as young people cheered the motorcade carrying the two leaders to the presidential palace. For many citizens, the visit is a sign of hope, a validation of their nation's sacrifices and their struggle for true independence. A local teacher, Fatoumata Sawadogu, told Noble Black News, "When we see our presidents stand together, it gives us strength. It shows that Africa can unite, defend itself, and prosper without being told what to do by others." Others expressed optimism that the visit could pave the way for broader integration among neighboring countries, particularly in agriculture, education, and renewable energy. Regional implications. The meeting also carries broader implications for West African geopolitics, with the AES increasingly coordinating its policies outside the framework of the Economic Community of West African States. Questions have emerged about the future of regional cooperation. ECOWAS had imposed sanctions on the three Sahelian nations following their respective military takeovers, a move that further strained relations. However, with sanctions now easing and dialogue resuming, some observers believe the AES could coexist with ECOWAS through pragmatic diplomacy. Analyst Amina Daera, based in Bamako, noted that the AES is creating leverage. It's no longer about rebellion against ECOWAS. It's about redefining regional governance in a way that prioritizes African interests and sovereignty. A vision for Sahelian. At a joint press conference later in the evening, Capt. Traoré and Gen. Tiani outlined a shared vision for our mission, Traoré declared, is to build a Sahel where no foreign army dictates our security, where our youth find opportunity, and where our sovereignty is not negotiable. Tiani added, "We are committed to defending our nations, our cultures, and our future. The Sahel will not be the backyard of any power. It will be a pillar of African strength." The two leaders also signed a memorandum reaffirming their commitment to the AES Charter, pledging deeper cooperation in defense, education, and infrastructure development. The path forward. As night fell over Ouagadougou, the symbolism of the day's events resonated across the region. In an era marked by uncertainty, insurgencies, and global power competition, the partnership between Burkina Faso and Niger stands as both a declaration of defiance and a call for unity. For many observers, this meeting is more than a diplomatic gesture. It is a statement of purpose. The Sahel, long described as a region of crises, is now presenting itself as a region of resistance and renewal. As the convoy departed the airport, the lights of Ouagadougou glimmered like embers of a new dawn, a reminder that despite its challenges, the Sahel continues to rise, guided by leaders who see sovereignty not as a slogan, but as a mission. In the coming days, both governments are expected to release joint communiques detailing the outcomes of the meeting, including plans for expanded military training programs, trade facilitation, and joint development projects under the AES framework. For now, the image of Traoré and Tiani standing side by side in Ouagadougou serves as a defining snapshot of a region reclaiming its agency in the global order.
Live from the beating heart of Africa to every corner of the world, this is Noble Black News, where bold stories rise, fearless voices speak, and the truth cannot be silenced. Stay informed, stay empowered. The world is watching. Noble Black News begins now.